Professional Baccarat coming at you tonight. Going to show a couple of new things tonight, see how they work out for us. Always testing. That's what we're doing. Trying to get better, trying to get to that 100% wins. Man, I tell you, we're above 98. We're right at 99 right now, barring what happens tonight. And it's really quite rewarding, but I'm not going to stop. We're going to continue. It's like we're in a practice. It's like we're scientists in a lab. We're going to work and work and work and try to get that last percent. Hey, Michael Steinfeld, welcome aboard. This is a Friday night. Man, I tell you, I like to be in Texas watching high school football, Friday Night Lights. Bloomington is to be okay too, but no, it's not quite the same. Indiana high school football is not like Texas, I'll tell you that. Trish Graves, hey, good evening. Joseph Gorecki, your man Chuck Ritter made a big killing last night and today. He did really, really well at the casino up there. Had two great sessions. Michael Steinfeld, Gil Rary, Gary Shirini, and all the good people are here. KC Steve. Were you carrying dog food this week, Steve? Is that what you're telling me? Hey, Bill Lotta. Yeah, Chuck Ritter won at the casino last night and again today. Now he played the chop pair, chop quad, chop quint, and he also rolled in the single chop actuarial. Now I've been looking at this a lot, and one of the things I don't like about there's one thing I don't like about chop pair, chop quad, chop quint, and the one thing that I don't like is if you do catch that 6 streak back to back, it puts you down 6 bets. And you've watched me before, you know what I do. Hey, Corey Jensen, I'm always looking to win with less bets, not more. And so I've always been a little uncomfortable with the 3 bet and then adding in the actuarial. So tonight, well, I ran a lot of simulations today. Tonight I'm going to do chop pair, chop triplet, and I'm not going up to the quad and the quint, and I'm not going to play 3 bets, but I am going to add in the single chop actuarial, and that actuarial is when you get a single chop of player, banker, or banker, player, banker. Those are the only 2 in the actuarials that have the split up like that. They don't have anything back to back. They have them entirely separately, so they'd be single chops. So let's do this. I'm going to do also, we're going to go for $100 sessions, low roller, and I'm going to go in units of $10. So I'm going to go up 10 units of 10, down 9 units of 10. So this is going to be a plus 100 minus 90. Hey, Ted Rogers and Kevin Sprouse, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome aboard. So we're going to do chop pair, chop triplets tonight because I'm trying to cut back on the bets to try to manage us a little better. And we are going to roll in the actuarial when it shows itself, because when it shows itself, we don't have another bet because we don't have a pair or a triplet out there, because it's going to be a single chop right across the top of either player, banker, or banker, player, banker. So let's see where we are right now. We would have won that chop right there, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and have a no bet now. We have 1 player win out there. And with the push, we still have 1 player win. And chopped over. Let's see what we got now. All right, we don't have an actuarial yet. And now we've got a pair of banker wins. So we're going to bet $100 on the player. We're going for $100 session wins. We're going to go up 100, down 90. Units of 10, up 10, down 9. And we're going to bet chopping pairs and triplets. So $100 on the player trying to chop this banker pair. And we got it done. And so right there is I should have said we were starting at 3,350,000. So there's the plus 100. So we have got 1 session in the books. So I'm going to go ahead and lose that 100 right now. So our books are clean for you guys to watch. Mr. or Mrs. Reese has joined and wants to know if this is real money. Well, it's the same as real money because I have a simulator that actually perfectly simulates and replicates live play. I play live all the time. I played this for many, many years, and I have many in the kingdom out there playing. I don't know who you are, sir or ma'am, but it doesn't matter whether this is real money or not because we do play real money, and this is a very accurate simulation. And you're paying nothing for this, and you're right now watching the most powerful Baccarat strategy on earth for free. So, Aussie, look, good evening. $2,000 bankroll seems right to me. We're up 100. We're just playing for $100 sessions tonight. We're playing chop pair, chop triplet, and we're playing the actuarial single chop. So we do have a two-player up there, a pair of players. So we'll bet the $100 on the banker here to chop this pair. And we did not get it done. So we're going to add 10 units to this, and we try to chop this triplet with a $200 bet. We're going to roll this D'Alembert. It doesn't matter where the bet goes. We're going to keep track of it. So this is a $200 D'Alembert bet, up 10 units of $10, trying to chop a triplet. All right, didn't get it done. Okay, so the next bet is going to be a $300 bet, but it won't occur here because that quad is up there. It chopped the quad right there. Okay. So let's see what comes back now. Okay, so we got a pair of bankers up there. So we will try to chop the banker with an up 10 units. This is a $300 bet on the player this time. And with that push, we'll run it back. A pair of pushes. Got reduced that time. Okay, so the next bet is $400. We'll try to chop this triplet here. Got reduced again. You always learn more by losing. So now we've got a couple of quads up there tonight. We don't have enough wins in here, so we're going to do a no bet. We already won the one session, though, and that's how we play it. We play it to win the one session. So we won the one session, but now we're trying to win a second session tonight. Come on, go back for me. No bet here. Okay, so now we got two chops up there. Let's see what happens on this one. Yep, we got a pair of bankers. So the next bet is $500 on the player. Trying to chop this pair. So we got that done. So the next bet would be 410, down 9 units. So we have a no bet here. That tie is still a no bet. Oh, KB Kelly is in the house. Hot dog. Don Montgomery, Aussie Luke. Nice. Thank you, Aussie Luke. Very kind of you. We make no money off of this. This is a labor of love from an old man that's been doing this for a long time, and I have refined this to where I think that we're all in a good position to win money. So we're going to try to win money. We're going to try to chop this pair of players here with a $410 bet. And we got it done. A little less the commission. So the next bet will be 320. We're going down $90, nine units of 10. And we got one banker up there. The next bet is $320. And there are two bankers. We'll try to win with a player chop here on a $320 bet. Couldn't do it. So now we'll try to chop this triple because that's what we got. Going up 10 units to 420. Oops, doggone it. I want to be very precise here. I don't like to even miss by $5. Same way I play at the table. I play very precisely, keeping notes. We've got $420 on the player to try to chop this triple of bankers. But this thing has been streaking here, so we'll just see if it keeps streaking or not. And it does. So all these quads are all bad news for us. When it hits those quads, it's all bad news. Now, if we, again, just reflecting back, the game that we play ordinarily is chop pair, chop quad, chop quint. Now, if we'd have been playing that tonight like Chuck Ritter, we'd chop all these quads and they'd be wins. But tonight I wanted to show a pair and triplets, and that's why I say that a lot of these are instructive, because we just want to get a look at things. And we're going to ride her till she throws us. That's what we're going to do. Streaking on the banker. We've had no actuarial bet that we could bet yet. And the bank is just going. I love seeing Nicole Morton up there when I know it's Kelly KB. King Brett Morton. So the banker did finally chop that long streak of the player chopped that long streak of bankers. We had 7 of them there. And that would have been 3 losses on the chop pair, chop quad, chop quint, but we would have also won the others. So anyway, let's carry on. So we got a player and a banker up there. And we got 2 bankers. So we got a $520 player bet here. I'm going to verify that we're trying to chop a pair of players. Let's see if we can get it done. We're trying to chop a pair of bankers, my bad. Let's see if we can get it done. 520 on the player. No good. That takes us up 10 units. Try to chop a triple. Thus far, it's been firing quads at us, though. Okay, we finally got that one done. Okay, so the 620 gives us another bet coming up. And you know how I am. I'll dig this thing out and fight it as long as I can fight it. I'll keep you here all night. Instructive game, pairs and triplets tonight. So now we have a player banker single chop up there. And I believe we got the first actuarial chance. There it is. So we got an actuarial chance of player, banker, player. That gives us a player bet here. So we're going to try a player bet for $530. There it is. Let's see what happens. This is the first actuarial bet of the night. Didn't do very well with that one either. So when you lose an actuarial bet like that, what you do is you recalculate it to banker, player, banker. So this is a banker bet for $630, the second actuarial bet. You don't write it out. You banker, player, banker. The bet is on the banker actuarially, $630. Didn't get it done. So the actuarial is streaking the wrong way, but we do the same thing now because we don't have any bet except actuarial. And then this one we have player, banker, player, which gives us a player bet for 730. And if it loses this time, actuarial is not very good tonight. Not very actuarial. Got it done. Okay, so the 730 win takes us to 640. Let's see where we are. We're going to try to chop these two players here with the banker bet. Of 640. I think we got three players here. Yep. So we had 100. We get the 740 bet down. So now we've got one banker. And we got two. So we're going to try to chop this pair with a player bet. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I might have missed my bet here. I think this is right. Yep, it is. Okay. At least I believe it is. So do we have another triple? We're not chopping any pairs tonight, hardly. And we're also getting the quads too, so I'm probably playing the wrong game. So we will try to chop this one, these three banks, with the player bet. And got that done. So now we got a single player up there. Now we got a single banker. And then we got two bankers. Two bankers gives us a player bet to chop. And I'll try it one more time. This time we're trying to chop the triple. As you can see, this thing is streaking tonight. Singles and triples and quads. On the night that I play pairs and triples, 760. And even loses on a 9-8. Okay. So we got another quad out there. Getting plenty of them. No bet. Like I said, it's instructive. I'm going to play it on out. So we'll see wherever it goes. Streaking on the bank. And on the one player. And if anything, this may teach me tonight just to go ahead and stay with we've played the pair quad quint for a long time. I was just erring on the side of let's take a look at can we have less bets. And that's what I'm trying tonight. We got a player banker up there. So we got two bankers. So we'll try to chop this pair with the player win if we can get it. And with that win, So now we've got the single player out there. If you guys are going to sleep, the $2,000 bankroll is lost, Aussie Luke. You're right, but the thing is, this is instructive tonight because we're doing something different, and so we just won't just write it out. Um, as you would say, it's not even real money anyway. This is simulated, but we're trying to learn something here. Like I'm trying to learn something. Am I doing the wrong thing? Because we played chop pair, chop quad, chop quint now for a month and have made money at it. But I just wanted to try to see, can we eliminate one of those bets since we have the actuarial in play now. So let's try to chop this one with the banker win if we can. So we got the banker win. So now that's a single. And I'll reshuffle these. I'll stay on that. I don't care because I wanted to give this thing the best shot. And if I got to throw it away, we're going to throw it away. But this was entirely instructive tonight because I wanted to get a look at this. I just ran 4 or 5 sims today and I said, well, I'm going to shoot this thing tonight and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to play an actuarial bet right now. We have a banker, player, banker. So I'm going to play banker with the same rate that I would have played it anyway. So we get that win. And we're going to see what we got here. Okay, we got a pair of bankers now. So I'm going to go to the player for 870. And let's see what happens here. Okay, folks, this is for Aussie Luke and everybody else that's watching. This started with $3,350,000. We wanted to make 100. I'm going to count up the hands, but we made $272, so we made $172 more than the second session. I'm not done yet. I'm going to keep playing, but we had to play through 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 15 hands. It took 15 hands to do it. That's why I'll always tell you that you're going to have the strongest selection available. But the biggest bankroll you can have playing for the smallest session win that you can have is the way you guarantee the wins. You guys watch this thing stagger all night long, but the D'Alembert ended up winning 3 of the last 5 hands, and that was enough to get it done. I'm going to lose this 272 right now. I want to get rid of it. Please don't give me a tie. I was hoping Chuck Bitter would be joining us so he could tell us about he's emailed me about it, so I knew everything that was going on. But okay, so we're back at 3,350,000. We've won 2 sessions. So let's see if we're going to have a bet here on a chop pair, or if we're going to have a bet on actuarial. And we have actuarial. This is a player, banker, player. And the actuarial bet calls for a player bet. So let's put $100 on the player and begin again, 3rd session. And there is the 3rd session. 350, 100. We've won 3 sessions now. We're up over $300. Actually, we're up about 400. But Aussie Luke was right. The 2,000 bankroll would have been lost, but I would never go in with a $2,000 bankroll anyway, Aussie Luke, just so you know. Hey, Bobby Dunn, welcome. But when you are playing with a low bankroll, that's the one time you are in trouble in a casino. You've got to have plenty of money, you got to have plenty of discipline and patience, and you got to be playing for a low session win. You can play for as many session wins as you want during the day. Just don't carry on like you're in a marathon. But I think you probably heard it in my voice. I wasn't afraid that we weren't going to win the session. I have every confidence in it. But I mean, we would have won it a lot quicker if I'd been staying where we were with pair, quad, quint. And I can show you that here in just a second. Let's lose this $100 so that I'm accurately back at 3,350,000. We're trying to win a fourth session here. And I never encourage anybody to try to win four. I try to win four just so I can show how strong the system is. So we played, let's say we're playing chop pair, chop quad, chop quint. That's a win. There's the win. Loss win. Now, when you do loss win, that is a loss of 100. That's a win of 200. So that's $100 up. That's a session win. This is another one. Loss of 100, win of 200. There's another session win. So these are four session wins right here. Right there. We chopped a pair, we chopped a pair, we lost the pair chop, we won the quad chop. We lost the pair chop, we won the quad chop. Now that's up four bets. There's the fifth bet and there's the sixth bet. Now here is the buzzsaw. That loses three bets. So now we're up three bets. We're up two bets. Two bets, one bet. Now we chopped the quint there, so we're back up. Lost one. Now we're up two bets, up three bets again. All you got to be is up one. But let's go ahead and go from here and let's see. Can't we win one more session? We got 88 cards to do it in. Let's see if we can get there. Tonight I'm playing chop pair, chop trips, and it's not necessarily doing us any favors, but we have won three sessions. Although, as Ozulu points out, we had to go past the bankroll. But when you're doing instructive for nature of this particular exercise, it's okay to do that. We got a 5-player chop right here because I like playing the hand out, the whole shoe out, because then we can look at a few other things. Everything is educational in this game because it's an actuarial game. It is predictable in its own way. Right now, the player is streaking, but we've had banker streaks too. Players rolling right along right now. Now, there is a banker win. So broke that streak at 7. So we got a banker win up there. Let's see what happens here. Went back over to the player. So we could possibly have an actuarial opportunity here. We got a banker player. Let's see what happens here. I think that's two players again. Yep. Okay. So we're going for our fourth session win. We're going to put $100 right now on the banker. Going for our fourth session win. Let's see what happens here. And there's the win. Okay, so won close to $500 tonight. Although, as Ozzy pointed out, we did go past the bankroll. But we won 4 sessions tonight with chop pair, chop trips. It doesn't mean it's going to be this rough all the time. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy all the time. What it means is we do win all the time. And I would never go to casino with $2,000 betting this kind of money anyway. You know that. But let's go ahead and finish out this shoe. And then let's look at a couple of characteristics so we can talk about a couple of things before I say goodnight to you. Bill Lotta plays all the time. I don't know if Bill's been to the casino recently, but he's been winning. And Casey Steve's been checking it out. I've been waiting to hear from Soup Campbell, but he's had to do some rehab on his hand. He had surgery on his hand, Soup did. Thankfully, it hasn't hurt his brain any. His brain's working just great because he's been helping too. And Dave Lindsay's been helping. Everybody in the kingdom works with me on these things, and it's always so good to have so many people helping. So, okay, so let's look at this. I'm going to turn it this way so we can see it. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is I like to see how did the shoe play out, bankers and players. Now, if you're in the casino, it'll give you the numbers right there on the screen. If you want to trust it, be careful with that because a lot of times they post the wrong things. Not trying to cheat you, but it just doesn't work out the way that they are trying to get it to do. So sometimes it's not entirely accurate. But if I'm looking here at banker right now, I've got 2, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 20, 22, 25, 30, 33, 36, 37, 38, 43. This is actually going to be pretty much the way I would expect it to be. So without looking, let's see how many, because we did have a big streak of players there, but we have 43 banks. So let's see what we had for players. We had 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 30. Yep, that's what I thought. So what I want you to look at here is there is 43 banks and there are 30 players. What I am looking at doing is something like this. I want to see a player streak early on, and then I want to make a bets to win us one unit, and I want to make it as easy as we can do it. And I'm going to do it here right now, even though I don't know the outcome. I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to say we are playing, um, and we're not going to start it here because that would be too easy. I'm going to say we're going to bet $1,000 flat betting on the banker trying to win $1,000. All we got to do is get ahead one. We're going to play the banker and just pretend you don't see any of this. And so I'm not going to start here. I will start after this. So I'll tell you a couple of times you can start up. After you have a 4-rate streak, as soon as that banker hits, let's play $1,000 on the banker. If we did, we won it, and we're out. We've won our 1,000, just like that. Hey, Guaping. But let's say that we didn't start it there. Let's say that we were waiting, and oh my God, there comes a big streak of bankers. We don't want to do it then, right? Well, you could have, but let's just go ahead and start wherever you want to start it. So let's start. Let's say we're going to start at the end, and this is a better test. So we've got 3, 6, 7 straight players. So after this banker, we bet $1,000 on the banker, right? But we lose because this player comes out. So then we bet another 1,000 on the banker, and another player came out. So we're down 2,000. Here we bet 1,000 on the banker, and we win one. So we're down 1,000. We win another one. Now we're even, and there you're up 1,000. So I'm telling you ahead of time. I'm looking at flat betting. It's the same reason I went to pairs and trips tonight, to try to lower the amount of bets, to try to give us a better chance of winning without any money at risk. So tonight, if we were doing this for $100, as you can see, we could have flat bet this thing and we would have never been in any of the trouble that we were in. Can you do it all the time? Well, it kind of depends on it, but it's an actuarial game. So we're going to continue to look at that. Casey Steve, check the big road tomorrow for the actuarials, particularly these two. But also keep in mind, like, let's go here and let's say it this way. When you're looking at that board here, when you got banker, when you got player, banker, player, right? You got player, banker, player. So when you got player, banker, player, you're going to bet player. Player, banker, player, you're going to bet player. But when the banker comes back, now revise your bet to this here. Now you got banker, player, banker. So banker, player, banker calls for a banker bet. So banker, player, banker calls for the banker bet. And anytime that you're going to be revising, just like here, banker, player, banker, that's where it is. The banker bet there gives you the win. And so when you do lose at the actuarial and it doesn't give you the pair, well, then you're going to redo your actuarial based on what it's showing you right now. So I hope this has been helpful tonight. I do appreciate you, Aussie Luke, coming in, and Bobby Dunn, all the new folks that are here. You're welcome. There's no charge for this. Don't care if you subscribe. Don't care if you like or don't like. Don't care if you tell me you saw me and I'm not a very good-looking guy. All of that's okay. I'm an actuarial guy. I'm a mathematical guy. I'm educated in math, and math has always been my strongest suit. And that's how I ended up with Baccarat, because Baccarat is actually a mathematical game. So we're going to continue to work until we have sure wins, although we win all the time, and we won 4 sessions tonight, even though, like you said, had to bust through the bankroll a little, not terribly bad, but bad enough. But it was instructive and necessary to show how you can still win. And I want you to go to the casino with large amounts of money and low session wins. And I want you to win your session every time, every day, so that you can just continue to build your money. So to KB Callie, who's out there, Michael Steinfeld, thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate it. I do like to try to make it instructive in nature and because we're going to be very soon going back live play money on the tables because we've got to get back to work. So to all of you guys, thanks again. Take care of yourselves tonight. I will be back with you tomorrow night, and I'll be deciding tomorrow. Do we go back to the pair quads and quints like Chuck cleaned up at the casino on 2 sessions, but as you could have seen here, the quads and quints came up a lot, but they don't always, and so we will see how it goes. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Oh, Chuck Ritter's here. Congratulations, Chuck. Chuck, I played chop pair and chop trips tonight, and he did stagger a little bit in the third session, but we still won all 4 sessions. And I also looked at flat betting, and this particular shoe came out 43 banks and 30 players, and so you'd have killed it just playing the bank on flat betting. But we'll be looking at all these things, and I'll be back tomorrow night. You guys have a great night.